Well, salutations, everybody. What's a crack-a-lackin' again? It's a pleasure to be here once again with all of you on this fine Monday evening with a bit of Football Manager 26. After a fantastic weekend for my mighty Manchester United, a disastrous weekend for our opponents in Tottenham Hotspurs, a phenomenal display of interest between Manchester City and Liverpool that had the world talking on officiating in the world of football, and me having the inability to get my ass out of bed and not bloody bed rot, you know? Because my lazy bastard wasn't able to do it. But hey, I done it today, and now I'm back at it again. And I suppose, to be fair to you, Senior Duck, and your 40 stream streak, there's only one thing we can do. There's only one element of fairness that we can do. It would only be right. It would only be fair. You're welcome, Senior Duck. Every time you say you want to watch United on stream and check it out, you win. Let's be fair. I've watched the last 3 in a row since Craic has become manager, and we won them as well. But to be fair, I also turned around and said that before the match, one of the things that Spurs should have done was bench Christian Romero. So if Spurs had listened to moi, Spurs might have had a chance at victory, as you know yourself. But I suppose, Senior Duck, we can talk about the eccentricities of the horse crap that is Thomas Frank Spurs. We can talk about the eccentricities that is the efficiency on how both Haaland and Szoboszlai didn't get red cards, considering I think technically both of them should have. But we can talk about all of that as I continue on. A game in hand, 1 point behind the current leader, Spurs. In my save, it is integral that I remain on top, because even Spurs having the taste of first is bad juju for all of us. So we'll start as we mean to go on, and we will start off with a match. We have Sheffield United, who are 17th in the table for us at the moment. And afterwards, we have Southampton and then Chelsea. Southampton is a game where we can go a wee bit lighter. But to be frank, we can probably go a wee bit lighter on both of these. Although Chelsea are 15th and have sacked their manager, they'll probably have Jose Mourinho back by then. So we need to decide what we're going to do. We could go with Alex Jimenez, but I think we might actually give Willy Kwamboala the start. We'll go with Lenny Yoro and Zambrani. And I think we'll give Mark Cucurella a go out as well. Ahmad is still on international duty, but I think we can go Kobe Mainoo and Nathan Decat. Or do we give Matev? Yeah, screw it. Let's give Matev the start. Nathan Decat can come on as a sub. Because Ahmad is still out, we're a bit weak up front, so I don't think we're going to make any changes up front and stay with a regular top 4, which we can rotate out in the next game if we need to. Because we don't want to be too weak, because we still need to end up going strong within it. I'm 1 win, 1 draw, none conceded in the Hong Kong Tier 1. Congratulations, my friend. Yeah, I thought that seemed wrong. Tier 2, because you're almost getting to Tier 1. You're looking to get back-to-back promotions. Isn't it, Senior Duck? You're on your way to getting a back-to-back promotion. Or am I incorrect on that one? As things stand, by the way, just to put this into the ether now, and I'll mention it later on if more people end up showing up. As things stand, Wednesday might again be myself and Kicker. If Kicker isn't able to do it, then I'm going to pivot over to Shin Megami Tensei 5. I was half tempted to do Shin Megami Tensei 5 today, but then I got lazy about doing the setup for it and decided, you know what, screw it. I'm going to stick with FM for today. So you get to see how I'm doing. Let's hope that it goes well and things don't end up cratering into a hole as we start this competition. But how has all been treating you, my 40 streak fiend? How has the fireball of life been affecting your battleground? Has it all been good? Has it all been grand? Has it all been saucy? Have you watched much of the fun that was going on during this week? Did you pay attention to the fact that West Ham ended up picking up a victory over the weekend as well? So Benicaga's own are getting in better states to taking out Burnley in the relegation battle. Valentino Castellas, one of the people that they ended up signing up in the January transfer window, seems to be getting the guns burning a bit, which puts the fire in the hole of everyone that's there, and we'll see what happens with Nottingham Forest. Arsenal, of course, cruised to a 3-0 victory over Sunderland, and now the media are finally talking about Eddie Howe. Has the hammer struck on the dial of destiny for the English manager himself? I'm of the opinion that they should stick with him, mainly because this season is all about security more than anything else. Just remain in the top flight, try to get European football if at all possible. Although that doesn't seem to be possible, but you never know, they might get into the conference. And then bloody they need to work fast on getting a stadium up. And then unfortunately you spend another 100 million on striker. Been okay. Set the alarm for 10, then reset it for 10:45. It didn't, and I woke up at 1 o'clock. The joys of that. You weren't late for work or anything like that. Why are you seeing your duck? Was this just a case of you set your alarm to hopefully have a fruitful and exciting day, but ultimately waste about 3 hours? Or did this cause complications further down the line of the activities for the day? It has happened to me once in 7 years that I've actually slept through my alarm and slept through the point of time for work and rushed in to get work. But thankfully I was able to blame it on a car breakdown. So work was able to get away with it, considering I'd never done it before. Okay, so they're gone with a very defensive orientation, with no changes in between it, out of possession and in possession, other than a advanced playmaker and then an outlet advanced midfielder. So we should be good enough to get by this. Normally, we end up doing well against this. Interesting that they have signed Maxim Decipher off of Brighton. An okay player, but interesting on that case. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Other than that, they don't have anyone particularly great, so we should be able to break them down. It would help if we actually had a shot on target. Scrolling, my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin' with you? Is all going good? Is all going grand? Is all going delicious? It's a pleasure to have you in. We're lurking friendly here, so feel free to stay lurking if you want to, but always up for the conversations if you feel like you want to as well. Cucurella to Paz to Cucurella, attempt done well, and Manu! Oh, beautiful. Kobe Manu getting a goal, like, out of some bad defending. But at the same point in time, a beautiful goal for a tightish angle. Travers should do significantly better on that, but 1-0 is 1-0. First shot on target, first goal in the net. Now we just have to make sure we keep ourselves up into gear and actually ensure that they don't end up scoring the equaliser straight away. It is quite apparent when watching this, the difference in quality between Amad Diallo and Victor Rushk. Unfortunately, Victor doesn't make the runs that Amad does, and as a result of which, Willie Kwambwala doesn't do as much connective play with Victor. Victor is way more of a inside forward of that inside forward position, which is fine in of itself, but I don't know if that means for him I need to change the role or need to do differences on it to try and get him to do that passing work a wee bit better, because he's just not trying to get the ball to Sesko whenever he has it. He's kind of trying to run through the midfield in order to take the shot himself. I'd say that's a trait in him. So I could probably try to train it out of him through individual training, but I'm also not sure whether or not that's worth the bother of doing so at the end of the day as well. Now, with that being said, he seems to have Decipher in the palm of his hand, like Franco and Decipher on this side here versus him, and he seems to be doing well on himself, to be frank. But again, we need to see more opportunities coming before we can comment on that properly. Nice attempt by Rashford to get him, but nothing ended up working there. Crystal Palace 2-1 up versus Chelsea. Phenomenal to see as well there, Victor. Ugh. That's a case there where his passing work just wasn't right. And Marc Cucurella almost with a barn burner of a goal if that went in. Manu, and straight at Travers, but also at the same point in time well on Travers for being able to do anything on that. And Sesko almost with a goal. Again, Travers doing fantastically well tonight in order to get his hand onto that. And Marc Cucurella just not doing a great job there, unfortunately. Interesting that Ramsey is having a good performance at the moment. It means the defence is doing an okay job. We're all over them at the moment. 11 corners, only one highlight. 1.71 XG in complete momentum of this game. Our XG profile is significantly better than theirs. But again, as you must always remember, doesn't matter what the stats end up saying.
Shut up.
Don't you forget, you ain't won yet.
So, is there any changes we make? Well, Liverpool are 1-1 with Spurs, so that's good for us. Chelsea and Crystal Palace 2-0 up. Brentford beating Villa, and City haven't started yet. I don't think we make any changes yet. When it comes down to Victor, the problem is we don't really have anyone to replace him with if we wanted to. So we need to be careful about how we go about changes when it comes down to the sides. We could have put more youths on the bench, but we don't really have good youths for that position at the moment that aren't on loan. Sadly, we have too many players gone out on loan. This would be a case for Julian Deville to end up taking a position if he was still here. But to be honest, he's probably getting sold in the summer as well because he's not particularly good enough for us either. Okay, good work by us. We probably should discourage the long shots, even though they're not encouraged. So it's interesting that it tells you to discourage them. I have never seen a tactic where they don't end up whinging about long shots. Nico Paz, what a goal. Genuinely, that felt, watching the play up, that he was going to end up missing that and putting it out wide. But a fantastic reception by Marcus Rashford, pass up to Paz, and a beautiful goal by Paz. So we have to keep in mind too that in the January transfer window, if possible, because he's on 375,000 quid and won't take a pay reduction, in fact wants 400,000 to sign an extension, and Rashford's contract is up soon, that we actually have to try and sell Marcus Rashford. So we need to find a replacement for him as well. But right now, Victor does need to come off. And we could put Bruno there, or we could go with Alex Jimenez, I suppose. We could move Rashford over. Actually, that's what we're going to do. We're going to move Rashford over. I know swapping sides after getting an assist is an interesting point of view, but we're going to give the 17-year-old Salmons, who performed fantastic in the last game, a go on the pitch there again and see if he's able to continue it up. It hasn't been Sesko's game, so we're going to swap Sesko now out with Rasmus Højlund for the next wee bit. And Kislak hasn't done much either, so we'll put Nathan De Cat on and see if these three changes put more fire in us. 2-0 up, nice result, good to end up having, but you want more in it. You want to make sure that all of it has been taken out and everything is going well. If you're still around, Senior Duck, have you been watching any anime in the last wee while? I have been taking the time to to be honest, in terms of their animation, kind of tripe. They're not well animated, but the stories are intriguing me enough. Jack of all trades, party of none. Your tradition, Nathan. God damn it, my man. That's your first goal. You didn't get one on your debut because the penalty wouldn't let us do it. But to get one in your second game at 17 years of age, coming on for Marcus Rashford, Willie Kwambwala with a nice cross in, beautiful header, and going in. I'm liking that at the moment. He is way too overpowered for that show, but I'm liking it. I'm also watching the Easygoing Territory Defense. I love animes that have these long names. Easygoing Territory Defense by the Optimistic Lord. Production magic turns a nameless village into the strongest fortress city. Another one with really, really, really bad animation, but the actual characters and the whole lot are really endearing. It's a situation of a kid that is noble in a family, and the nobles, he's a prodigy when he's young because he's a reincarnation, but in order to protect the house you need to be having an attack skill, and obviously he's given production skills, so done that way. Nico Paz, you're on fire, big man. I highly recommend it. Reincarnated as Dragon Hatchling. I have it on my watch list, Senior Duck. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. How's the animation in it? Is it another one with crap animation? Because there's been tons this season already. Even though I'm a fan of them. I loved I'm a Spider, So What. I adored that series as well because, and the reason I adored that series is although the animation and I'm in Love with a Spider isn't great because there's an awful lot of 3D CGI character models and the whole lot, and I don't particularly mind it. I like the idea that her mind from going through the dungeon is starting to warp into what we would consider psychopathic, but in a world of monsters where you have to kill in order to survive is actually quite heroic, heroism. But I love an awful lot about that series. Go on ahead. Because I don't know when or and if we're going to get a new series of that. What a deflection for Nathan the Cat. But again, beautiful to see the goal come in. Yeah, spoil away all you want to, my friend. I know that she's basically tasked by the god of that world to help fix it or something like that, but... And of course, one of my favorite animes, genuinely, I could go back and watch the entirety of the 2 seasons again and again and again, is Takamichi Moonlight Fantasy. Is genuinely one of the better isekais out there. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic show. Okay, so Liverpool Spurs ended as a draw. That's good for us. Arsenal winning. We still have a game in hand on them, so that's not the end of the world. Palace beating Chelsea. That could be good for us, depending on if they have their manager in. You know the administrator DeComo converses with earlier on. Yes, I do indeed. Yes. She already suspects that he's a bad guy, but yes, I know that administrator. Go on. What about them? Oh. Interesting. I don't know how to feel about that because it's been a while since I watched the show, but based on what I remember, the administrator was a bit of a dick to her. So she's just being a dick to herself. But I suppose it's the kind of... it's the idea, like, oh god, there's another series that's just after finishing there as well. Where a character's after basically going back to the start and they're the reason they got their job, got their class and the whole. I cannot for the life of me remember what the bloody name of it was. The spider is the spider on the wall that got reincarnated when the classroom was destroyed. No, yeah, the main character. Oh, wait, Kamaku the spider? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So wait, so wait, the spider was meant to get reincarnated as that spider. Wait, is this how this is meant to go? The spider was meant to get reincarnated as that spider, but she took the place of the spider because the spider was killed during the reincarnation transportation. Is that what it is? Or am I overthinking this? Because, like, she's not the only one that's turned into an animal. So I don't think that's the case. I might be overthinking this. It's interesting either way, anyway. Well, no, we're not going to explore loan options. We're going to explore sell options. Actually, no, piss off. Ooh, Middlesbrough 2-0 up versus Sheffield United. The great Enter will be happy. His fine establishments are fans of Middlesbrough, so it's always nice to see when friends of the chat's teams are performing at least somewhat good. So Chelsea ended up having a 2-5 win. Our loss, we needed to figure what we're going to do next. Rest is requests a transfer. Fair play to you. You're not good enough, unfortunately. Your development hasn't been good enough for us to look into. Julian's doing well. Lacey's doing okay. Jaden's doing okay. Have you had any development? You have, which is good. We want you to develop a lot more, though. We might need to remove... Would it be a case with this player to bring him back from Rosenborg and send him off to somewhere stronger? Or is this development good enough? Because, like, he's performing good with them. But the development hasn't been great. Like... Feels he's gaining good experience. I suppose that's enough. Feels he's gaining good experience. Fair enough. Cups. Playing regularly enough for us to be happy. But that doesn't mean he's gaining enough experience. He seems to be. So, hey. And you're gaining experience as well, so that's not too bad. Aiden Heaven, where are you? Diego DeLone. What else have I been watching? Let me think. Another one that I've been watching, that if you don't actually mind the animation being a bit hit and miss, but the story is intriguing because it feels very different to the actual title of it, is Hell Mode. The hardcore gamer dominates in another world with garbage balancing. Now, that title isn't exactly fair to it, but at the moment it's very wholesome. It's 5 episodes in. A kid gets reincarnated into a world as a summoner, but he's in hell mode, so his experience gain is 100 times that of everyone else's. Now, with that being said, he still levels up surprisingly quick for what you would expect that to be. But, you know... it's interesting. I like the feel of it. I would recommend it. And then another one that I really like too, because I'm a big fan of when you have young characters that act mature on the whole lot and seeing people underestimate them. Noble reincarnation, born blessed, so I obtain the ultimate power. I really like their characters, to be honest. I recommend them. And then there's one other one that I'm watching at the moment, and I honestly don't know how to feel about it. It's a mixed bag in terms of the story and the whole lot. The villainess is adored by the prince of a neighboring kingdom. She has this king falling in love with her. And he's the protagonist of the sequel game because she reincarnated as a villainess of the first game in a novel, and then she's in the sequel game but doesn't know anything about it except who the main characters are. And they're now in the point where the main character of the second game has shown up, the girl, and she's ridiculously jealous, but she has no real reason to be. So it's coming across as an awfully obsessive woman, to be honest. So Hell's Paradise Season 2, not too bad. I haven't actually started Hell's Paradise yet. Mainly because Disney had it up there in the whole lot, and I wanted to watch it in dub. I just haven't had a chance to get around to it, so I need to watch that. Jujutsu Kaisen, yes. Frieren, yes. Fire Force, haven't gotten to that yet. Sentenced to be Hero, funny enough, haven't gotten to that yet. My Hero Vigilante, which I like. I really like the way My Hero Vigilante is coming along at the moment. And I need to catch up with Trigun. Is there a new Trigun, or is that the original Trigun? Interesting. That's very, very interesting. Are you worth it, Amir? You're worth it just to sell you, to be honest. So we'll go into contract negotiations and see how you improve. They did a remake a few years ago. This is the second part. It's all CGI. You see, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with the show being all CGI. I genuinely don't. And the reason I don't have a problem with that is because of China. And I know China ends up getting a bad rap, but let's be fair. In terms of the animation that China ends up doing, it is out of this goddamn world. Now, let's be fair, again, we have no idea of the work conditions of those Chinese areas, but the animation that comes through in some of those Chinese shows is divine. Like, for example, the daily life of the Immortal King is, like, it's not even one of the best of the Chinese shows, but for genuine slop, that's 5 seasons in and the whole lot, it has goodness to it, and the CGI ends up coming through it well. And then there's other CGI works that China are doing that are phenomenal. But the big thing is and this is where it annoys me, an awful lot of the anime that's happening at the moment are being shopped out to Chinese studios with 2 or 5 people in it that are not being given enough time, and as a result of it, coming back with mediocre shite. Like, an awful lot of the stuff that's out this season has to be crap, but we'll have to see what it ends up turning out to be. I love Magi. I think you're right as well. I don't think we're getting anything else with Magi. It's unfortunate because I genuinely have a fantastic time for that series. I love that series, but I genuinely don't think we're getting anything off of it. I think there'd be more likely of a chance of us getting a sequel to, ironic this, I think there's more of a chance of us getting a sequel to the prequel spin-off of oh god damn it, of oh, what the hell is his name? What is his name? Sinbad. A sequel to the Sinbad than Magi itself. But yeah, no, I love that show. You ever watch a Re Kingdom? I haven't. I need to do that yet, so I'll give that a go and we'll see. They did the manga newer work for season 1. Interesting. Senior Benny, it is a pleasure to have you in. And thank you so much, Senior Duck, for giving him the shout out. Benny, a gent, a scholar, a beautiful individual, currently at the Winter Olympics in Italia. I hope he's enjoying it. The images that he has posted into my Discord have been phenomenal so far and absolutely epic to see. I just haven't had the time to do proper response to him yet, so I hope you are enjoying it. How is the Craic treating you, my friend? Are there any more events at this particular point in time, or have they finished for the evening? I am not aware of how late into the evening they end up going. And if they are finished, what are the plans for the night, my friend? They've finally done an English release for the Kingdom manga. Well, then in that case, I might have to have a gawk and see how that English release ends up looking when I end up giving it a read, because genuinely sounds like a bit of crack based on what you were saying there. You died from a food coma from eating proper pizza yet, Benny? No, worse, Duck, he's had a calzone. I'm at the ice hockey right now. I wonder, how do you, as an American who watches plenty of ice hockey, how do you find the Olympic version of the ice hockey? Because it's not near as violent as year hockey. Still violent, but it's not near as violent as year hockey from what I have seen of Olympic ice hockey. There isn't a chance of, an all-out fight happening. But I hope you're enjoying it, my friend. That doesn't matter. You know what you know when you're at it. At the end of the day, with those type of physical sports, I do worry about it a bit. But one of the things when it comes down to hockey with the women is because of their smaller frames, you have more opportunities for better trick shots. So that's one of the reasons why I think hockey, it's kind of like tennis, where they're two completely different sports. So we'll see what ends up happening. Thanks for reading the Discord post, Craic, you bastard. Hey, what's that for? I mean, if anything, Senior Benny, if anything, for me taking the time to read the Discord post. Now, I know I haven't had a chance to reply to them, but for me taking the opportunity to read them, I should be getting one of these. Instead, you're giving me one of these. I don't know how to feel about this, Benny. I'm disappointed in you. Senior up. What's a crack-a-lackin'? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious? Been enjoying the curling recently.
Curling is a monstrously interesting sport because, knowing the last 2 or 3 years, they have developed a brand new mop that has the ability to eradicate the friction, depending on how it's going. And I know, and I doubt this is happening at the Olympics, but I know there was a case where a person came up with a mop that would eradicate the friction and add Vaseline to the floor, where that the next person would have trouble, therefore eradicating the friction for the next one that ends up coming around. And that's interesting to me. I know. If anyone knows Brit, it's called Vicky, Ben. It's called Vicky. Ben, by the way, is a United supporter as well, and a gent and a scholar, and streams every now and again. Do give him a follow if you can do. He's a bit of crack, all with sound as well, so,
He's actually been alright when
I send the lover out.
11.
One of the GB curling athletes was called Ken Dodds, which is effing hilarious. Why? Why would their name being Ken Dobbs be hilarious? Or am I just missing a joke?
I mean, to be fair, up to when we're talking about philosophical debates, it literally just sounded like it literally just sounded like I was hoarse beyond belief. Fast car. Oh, interesting. I haven't heard this song in years, so I'm going to look forward to this one. Clinton Morrison on Sky said only 5% of Newcastle fans want Eddie Howe out. Had that on repeat all day. Fair enough. let's give it a go when it ends up coming on. Here's the thing when it comes down to it. I kind of think he's right. There's a loud minority of people that are annoyed with Eddie Howe. But at the end of the day, I think there's more people annoyed with the owners than there are people annoyed with Eddie Howe. I think they're wrong for both, mind you. I think they're wrong for both. Eddie kind of got screwed in the fact that, yeah, but keep in mind, they spent 200 million and got 200 million. And, ooh, that live version is not great. But they spent 200 million, and nobody would have expected Wizza to be injured the minute they signed him. Although they knew he was injured, so it's their fault. Like, they knew he was injured just before they signed the paper, but they had all the deal done, and it's a bit of a dick move to pull out of a deal after that, so nobody expected Anthony Elanga to have this generational shit show of a season. Like, holy crap, my man. And, look, you're always taking a risk with a Bundesliga man. Wolfenbüttel was doing okay in the Bundesliga. I think it was Bundesliga he was with. I'm almost positive it was Bundesliga. And we can't say anything because we have the same situation happening with Šeško, who's underperforming for us as well. You know? I'd be more concerned with how many are booing at the grounds, not the lot online spreading hysteria everywhere. I agree with you there, but unfortunately, an awful lot of people are going to probably think I'm wrong on this one. Newcastle fans are sheep. Newcastle fans are sheep. And the only way they know how to do anything is by watching other people do it. So Newcastle fans are effectively doing a Spurs, and they know that there's rumblings behind the scene at Spurs that Spurs are sacking Thomas Frank. So if they do the same thing, maybe it'll end up happening. At the end of the day, it's not going to do anything. And Spurs fans have always been temperamental at home anyway, so I still think he's going to be given the season. I think he should be given the season. I think this season is, if at all possible, get Conference League football or Europa League football. Just stable the ship, and they need to purchase a stadium. They need to build a stadium. That's what they have to do. Newcastle's goal now, because they can't get the revenue streams with St James's Park, and Newcastle, unfortunately, either need to expand St James's Park by 20,000 seats, which they can't do, or build a brand new stadium. And they're going to do the same thing we're going to do. They're going to build a brand new stadium, get the naming rights for it, and make a fucking fortune for it, and then the Saudis can spend their money. So we'll see what ends up happening. The problem with Newcastle at the moment now is all of the hysteria that's going on, not even with Newcastle. The fact that every team in Europe is supposedly looking at Tonali, which is horseshit. The fact that an awful lot of their young players are down and injured. And some of the young players are supposedly interested of leaving as well, like Lewis Hall. So we'll see what ends up happening. I have no idea where they're going to build that stadium. Well, the thing about it is, I've never been to Newcastle. I don't know the area. But according to some people, there's lots of ground around Newcastle that the Newcastle Football Club themselves own. So, like, it could be as far as 20 minutes away from St. James's Park. They have ground that type of way. And what's more about that is, even if they don't have all of the ground that they need, the Newcastle Council are more than willing to help them. So we'll see what ends up happening. Elanga, Murphy, Gordon and Barnes have 3 assists between them in a combined 81 appearances this season. Yeah, Gordon has been shite ever since the Liverpool links. Harvey Barnes, to be fair, is in his 30s. Anthony Elanga, there's no excuse. I know there was a bit of an injury, but there's no excuse. And Jacob Murphy is 30 as well, and I never rated him. So, you know, it's unfortunate. During their cup final versus United the other year, you couldn't find a London bar that wasn't taken over by the effing Geordies. Yeah, well, that's the thing about it. Like, they're a loyal fan base, an annoyingly loyal fan base in some cases, but they do what they need to do. And, you know, it works for the most part. It's just unfortunate every now and again when it doesn't work out right, you know? Would be funny for Sunderland to finish above them. I don't know the history behind the Sunderland Newcastle escapade. So are Sunderland one of their main rivals? Because if that's the case, we'll see what ends up happening. Sunderland have dropped off massively, and it was unfortunate that I think Sunderland's drop off is because of the AFCON, unfortunately. As things stand, I don't think they're going to finish above them. I think all of Sunderland's fire has been killed, and unfortunately, I think it's going to remain killed. Do I think it's possible for them for it to work? I do. I don't think it's going to, though. It's cinema, absolute cinema. Even as a neutral, I love Derby Day. Easily one of the top 5 derbies in the country. Interesting. Is it as big of a derby as Liverpool? Is it as big of a derby as Liverpool Everton? Like, is it one of them ones where it's that big? Or would that be considered bigger? Oh, it'd be on par with that. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's kind of interesting. I'm going to be a bit risky here. And I'm going to go surprisingly light in this game and hope that we do well. We have a game buffer. I know we don't want to lose it, but we have a game buffer. I'm also seriously tempted to play Obi. Oh, I'm seriously tempted to play Obi. But Evan needs the time. So I think we go with this. Edison, Alex Jimenez, Euro, Ilya Zambrani. Actually, no. Ilya Zambrani for Matthias de Ligt. Euro, de Ligt, Kaba, Stellar, Bruno, and then a different up front. So we have a strong back line, but a weak-ish up line, and we'll see how it ends up going. To be frank, I hope West Ham go down and Millwall take their place. Why? Why West Ham? And I'm guessing that's another one of the derbies. I want to see West Ham versus Millwall. Boroughs sit top of the championship as it stands. Is there a chance that Millwall will actually get up in the championship? Actually, there is. They're in the playoffs. Interesting. Okay. By the way, I know that there were rivals in the 80s, 70s and 80s, but is United black? And this is I should know this as a United fan, but it's before my time, and I didn't really talk with my grandfather enough to ask him these type of questions when he was around. But is United Blackpool considered a derby? Like obviously they're not in the same area, so like Liverpool United is considered a derby. Not really, but kinda. I know derbies are meant to be when you're in the same town or the same location, but I know an awful lot of people consider the Liverpool United game a Blackburn. Because like Blackburn ran the Premier League in the 70s. Because like they were spending more money than anyone else, and then United came and took the dominance away from them for 20 years. Based on what I know of the 70s and 80s, I wasn't born for them, so I don't know. So someone that's older than me would need to know. I'm 30 and don't know, unfortunately. And I could do the research, I've just been too lazy. And I know everyone here is probably too young to know that type of history, but some people would know. Did you just call me an unk? Affectionately address men who are slightly older, often 25 to 30. Okay, fair enough. I thought Unk was older than that. I thought Unk was 40-ish. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll let you away with it. But you're being given a warning up. You're being given a warning. Everton and Poole ran 70s and 80s. Yeah. Well, Everton are the only, technically, Everton are the only team never to be, I don't know how this is because they have been relegated, but supposedly Everton are the only team never to be relegated from the Premier League as it stands from the First Division. It's like old days they were relegated, but they haven't been relegated in damn near 100 years or something like that. Like they're part of the six that made the Premier League, which is why, technically speaking, when you talk about the big six, Everton should be included in that conversation. Yes. And like I know the actual official stat is they've never been relegated. I don't know how that makes sense considering it states that they have been, but the official record is they've never been relegated. They're the only team never to have been relegated in the top flight. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Someone can figure it out. But yeah. Sorry in advance, Duck. Found this cool YouTube channel that uploads interesting wrestling videos. One I saw was why Japanese wrestlers struggle in WWE. Give us a link. You're a VIP up. You can end up posting it there. Give us a link and we'll end up seeing it. But I've told you for years why Japanese wrestlers struggle in WWE is because they don't speak English. For years it was because Vince McMahon didn't know how to book foreigners. He booked every foreigner the exact same. And to be fair, it worked. Americans don't like people that aren't from America. Book them as an evil villain away from America. But the honest answer is nowadays it's because they don't speak English. You need to be able to cut 20 minutes promos, and WWE have taught their audience to expect 20-minute promos. That's the reason why a bloody 20-minute promo was main evented Monday Night Raw, you know? Arsenal have the longest streak until we're last in the second tier. Okay, interesting.
Polarizing faction in modern New Japan history, House Torture, Evil has done a lot. Everything.
Yeah, I'll watch that later on. He's good, clear voice and the whole lot, so he's coming across fairly well. But we'll see how that ends up being. I'll watch it later on, Senior Up. Did you know? Is over 100 teams in Cape Verde's top flight. How the hell does that work? Explain how that works now, if you don't mind me asking. Oh, Gavin Pazuzu. I'm surprised they still have Gavin Pazuzu. Is that Shea Charles? Did I just go in with a lighter team with Shea fucking Charles? That is one of the most disrespectful goals I have ever seen this monstrosity of a game bring up against me. That is such a disrespectful goal. Oh my God. Like New Zealand has regional top flight and national championship. Cape Verde, the place where everyone was getting their food poisoning. I have no idea what you're referring to on that one, my friend. Oh, come on, McAtee, keep the ball. Oh, Aaron Ramsdale. Wait, I thought I said Gavin Pazuzu. No, they have Aaron Ramsdale. Yeah, Shea Charles. Shit. And Arsenal are winning too. Koulibaly! There was a report where thousands of tourists in the last 5 years went there and got food poisoning. I conceded a goal, gasp. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I'm after scoring. Nutmeg the player too.
Shut up.
Don't you forget, you ain't won yet.
Up, I know. Sure, it's 1-1. I can't win yet. But let's hope we actually do continue to play well, because we do need to get that next goal. Although funny that it's for us that good thing for us that's the first time that's happened that our first shot on target is actually a goal. If Edison remains at a 6.4 at halftime, he's coming off too, by the way. Ferguson, for the love of Salmons, Kaba, oh. My Twitch notification stopped me hearing that uninterrupted. I don't know which bit you were stating about. I'm guessing the "don't you forget" bit, is it? And yes, Up, what's a crack-a-lackin'? You can choose a starter, main, and dessert for your last supper. What's it going to be? A bowl of chicken wings with actual wings, so none of the jewel wings, only, you know, the big round kind of like Thai-ish wings that you can actually end up having proper bites into. What a goal by Angelo Stellar! Oh, a 18-ounce sirloin steak. Because I don't know. I haven't had experience with better steaks, so maybe you could go for bloody Wagyu beef or something like that. But just an 18-ounce sirloin steak and a chocolate cake with orange essence. That would probably be mine. What about you? Nice as I have is a Jaffa cake where they've ended up putting an orange mix within the actual chocolate that was gorgeous in the way that it was done. And they'd mango sauce interlaid in between it and the whole lot. It was absolutely gorgeous. Southampton are having a very, very good game. Chicken tender, sirloin steak, and red velvet cake. Nice. I always found red velvet cake a bit too concentrated, a bit too sweet, or heavy, depending on who ends up making it. But awful anyway. Orange and chocolate is sacrilege. Oh man, I'm sorry. Terry's orange chocolate is some of my favorite bars in the goddamn world. I love them. I absolutely love them. But as for steak being awful, you need to get yourself to a proper chef, a competent chef, and have a nice Irish steak. Like, Irish beef is bloody gorgeous, and if you're able to get yourself a nice chef with going down there, there's nothing better than it. A medium rare to rare steak done by an actual proper chef is one of the nicest things you'll ever have in your life. Don't use the I was gonna say don't use the name of our Lord and Savior Greta Thunberg in vain, but I suppose Senior Duck has already punished you for doing so. Holy shit, we're crap. Holy shit, we're crap. You take that back. I mean, you got to use it now.
You ain't won yet.
Okay, so immediately Edison gets his ass off of the pitch. On top of that, Evan Ferguson gets his ass off of the pitch. And we go with these and see what ends up happening. Desmond Tutu is alive. I have no idea who Desmond Tutu is. My apologies for that. I have absolutely no idea who that is. Oh, what a goal by Saeed! Oh my God, what a goal by Saeed! Oh, oh, beautiful. The youth are coming out today. Genuinely, the youth are coming out today. Now, it helps that Aaron Ramsdale is having a hurler with these two shots. But what a goal by Saeed. I suppose we should remember.
Shut up.
Don't you forget,
Here he goes.
you ain't won
Ooh,
yet.
I'm scared.
But in this case, in reverse, because I'm about to win, they ain't. Because the scoreline's 2-2 right now. Fair enough. Or what? The youth are coming out today. Why does that sound oddly weird? Because you are a sick little man. Bite my foot. I've talked about that before, by the way. It's not the quote, but there's a quote from the Toy Story 2 game where Buzz ends up coming out with the line, "You are a strange little man," and then says something afterwards, and I have no idea what it is he says, but to me it has always sounded like "bite my foot." Toy Story has 3 games. Toy Story 2 is one of the best games, in my opinion, on the PS1. Toy Story, I played it on stream, actually. One of it is Benjamin Sesko. Genuinely, I love Toy Story 2. I love Toy Story 2's game. Oh, happy Out. How did you find Peak? All going well. Myself and Kickert should be back playing Peak on Wednesday. So that should be a bit of fun. We'll see what ends up happening, but that should be a bit of crack if all goes well. It's sad to me that Salmons is currently the worst offensive player on the pitch, because he was doing so well in the last 2 games, and I want him to continue to do well. Hopefully he gets an assist or something here to boost it up. Yeah, I think that image is taking at a very bad angle and doesn't look great. Like, Montez Ford is definitely an awful lot plumper than he was, but he's still fairly ripped. He's big, like, obviously he's not Big Show's size, so it doesn't come true. But he's Big Show ripped, where he's Eddie Hall ripped, where he still looks fat, but you can see the 6-pack coming through him. Bruno Fernandes, we have scored 3 goals that have just been worldies that he couldn't stop. I actually feel really sad for Aaron Ramsdale. But like, it's one of those ones where he now looks about the same size as Angelo Dawkins, and to be honest, that's better for the team, but it's way worse for him. But we'll see what ends up happening with him. Hopefully, Montez is in good nick and it isn't a thyroid problem or anything like that, because that would be a shame if it was. Spurs winning against Chelsea too, so Chelsea in really, really bad nick. When do you see they'll have their new manager and end up performing good against us when we end up like, you can see here on this Reddit post up that it's not as bad as the image I ended up showing, but it's still bad enough. In terms of FM, I'm probably going to do the rags to riches one, depending how this ends up going. If I win the Premier League on this season, I might end up leaving this one and maybe playing it myself offline, continuing with it that way. But I'll probably end up doing the rags to riches one, where I start with a brand new manager setting that has very little, if any, stats. and no coaching badges, and try and work my way up. Considering I've never really done it before, and it could be an interesting thing to end up adding in, that's probably the idea. But we'll see what ends up happening. We'll see what ends up happening. Time shall tell. Oh, Arsenal ended up losing to City, so that's beautiful. So now the buffer is even more for us. I prefer saves where I move clubs most of the times. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I do plan on doing that with that rags to riches save. This save wasn't meant to go on this long, by the way. One of the only reasons why I kept this save is because we signed Evan Ferguson, and it's been a long time since I've done a United save with an actual competent Irish person in the United team. And getting Evan Ferguson, who's the best Irish player in the world, was a chance of doing that, and he's been underperforming like mad this season. Ooh. Managed to get more writing done today. Very fun. Happy out. I'm glad to hear it. It's always good when that ends up happening, my friend. Militao. Or not Militao. Rudiger, I don't know if it's worth going for Rudiger. It would be the Harry Maguire problem. Although he's a good player, it'd probably be too old. But Militao at 30 is still definitely worth going for, even though his salary would be bonkers. So we put in an offer for Adair Militao, and we'll see what ends up happening. On my save, I want to win Hong Kong top flight. Which team I started in the bottom tier, then rinse repeat. Happy out, my friend. Does the game actually get pissy at all if you are very, very good at, in terms of your credibility, and then go to a bottom flight team? Well, we will be selling them, so. I moved to a large rep team on my save, and my rep decreased. But I don't mind. It can tank your rep, but I don't mind. That's fair enough. Well, that would be what you'd be expecting to happen, that it would do something like tank your rep. But, like, the rest of it, I just never really understood. How did he only get a 1-year contract? And then Ethan Wheatley. I'm just going to let go. Yeah, I'm just going to let go. I'm going to let all of them go. Now, as for all of this crap, I am significantly too lazy to bother. Anton Mash. Yeah, no, we're not going to give you a new contract either. Sheffield United 2-1. Patrick Bamford. Wait, who were Sheffield against? Oh, okay, yeah, Middlesbrough. I thought that game had finished. Interesting. There's still life in the game at the moment. I could have sworn that game had finished. Interesting. Where are Sheffield? Sheffield are 16th. What's your favourite save that you've done? Like, to be honest, the FM save I ended up doing with last year on FM 24 is probably my favourite one. But that's because... okay, he still is the interim. I was wondering, they haven't signed him permanently, have they? Just because of how we were all doing in the whole lot. I think they have signed him permanently as the manager, because it's not saying it's not saying that he's caretaker. I think they've signed John Terry permanently, even though it says coach, under 21's coach. I think he's the permanent manager. I don't know. We'll see. Well, fair play on that one. Seeing you're up, but just remember, I don't pay for your therapy bills. Ooh, who's on it? Edison. That's such horseshit. That's such horseshit. That's genuinely such horseshit. There's no way Edison deserves to be the goalkeeper of the year this year, but whatever. There's also no way Virgil van Dijk deserves to be defender of the year, but whatever. Saliba, maybe so. Wonder if Arsenal would sell him. Nuno Mendes. How much is Nuno Mendes? Yeah, way too much. Then Tchouameni makes sense, and Rice makes sense. The fact that we only have one player in the world rankings is something. I suppose it's the Irish international that makes sense. Fair enough. Calvert Phillips, yes. The downfall of that man is extraordinary. Well, Senny Lemons was third. That's bullshit as well, but that's very interesting. So we have had two goalkeepers in the world rankings. Why are we being shown the... Oh, because Nico Paz. Fair enough. Yeah, I like Calvin Phillips. I always thought he was a good player. I know some people turn around and say that he was lazy for a long time. And maybe it was the fact that he was lazy, or maybe it was the fact that he was just injury-ridden. But I actually like Calvert Phillips. So, I don't know. I really don't know what to think about the poor fool. Willie, for the love of fucking God, man. Oh, God damn it. He's like Milner, never should have went to City. I don't think James Milner going to City was a bad move for Milner, do you? Like, Milner had an okay display at City. Now, I know Milner became a better player when he went to Liverpool, and I'd argue he's been doing fairly well with Brighton. But I don't think the Milner going to City was a bad move. Do you? I suppose the biggest problem with Milner going to City is the fact that there's just too much competition around him. So that's Milner's biggest problem. Ooh, the transfer window's open. Yeah. Yeah. We'll wait until after the Chelsea game, and then we'll look and see if anyone looks for. Then we'll see if anyone looks for Rashford. You know, it's funny. Like, it's all loans. Like, it's all loans, and there's not really much I can end up doing about it. And it's pissing me off a bit. But it's still saying that we're in good financial position. So I don't really know. I don't know what to do with it. It's funny. It's like we're 200 million in debt in the red. But at the same point in time, we still have a transfer budget, and it's projecting that we're doing okay. And I know I shouldn't sign anyone in the January transfer window, but we have money. And here's the thing, we have high turnover in the whole lot. So I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely I don't know. We've dropped our wage costs down significantly in the whole lot. So I don't know. I don't think I need to be worried about it, Doc. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I need to worry about it. The joys of bad tackles. Oh my God. Okay. Juan Oblak. Huh. I mean, we don't need him, and he's way too much, so we'll leave him alone, but that's interesting. Mark the Stocken. James Madison. Yeah, Angel Gomez, huh? Scout you, see if you're any good. You know it's bad when his teammates have their heads in their hands on the bench and when he's put in the tackle. Interesting. So would it be as bad as Christian Romero's tackle on Casemiro? You're supposed to effing die to get 3 points, not kill someone. I mean, why can't you do both? Why can't you do both, Duck? Okay, so we have you now. Interesting. I think we immediately put you out on loan. So I don't know. Not as forceful, but it was at the same speed and halfway up a shin. And with the way the shin pads that they're wearing nowadays, that's the big problem there as well. The shin pads that they wear nowadays is a joke. I genuinely think any player that ends up wearing... I genuinely think this. Any player that wears those low shin pads should get sent off. I don't think you should be allowed to wear them. Luka Jenitz. For Arsenal for O'Neill. Okay, women. Why is it... Oh, whatever. Do I accidentally have a woman in the in my shortlist? That'd be funny if I did. If you get an injury because of not wearing proper shin pads, you kind of deserve it. Look, I understand why people wear the smaller shin pads. I understand it. I get the principle. I get the idea of why it's done. But it boggles the mind of me that they're allowed to. It boggles the mind of me that they're allowed to. I genuinely don't think players should be allowed to wear them. Because they're being used in the lower down game as well, and it's a goddamn joke that it's being used. Okay, should have signed him in something earlier on. Fair enough. That is unfortunate that he signed a new contract. It is now, unfortunately, time for you to get sold, my friend. Oh, why? Whatever. We'll do it in a minute. I love when the game ends up breaking like that. Ahmad whinging about wanting to go over. Really, Ahmad's whinging about wanting to go over to Al Hilal. Al Ittihad. He can feck off. Yeah. I don't care what he was whinging about. He wasn't getting that move. Not a bloody chance was he getting that move. Still, we have 2 points in hand on Arsenal, who are on 45 points. Or is that Spurs? I think that's Arsenal. Come on, game, load. Oh, Liverpool actually put in the offer for Van de Ven. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Mania main events. Well, we'll see what ends up happening. The rumor behind the scenes at the moment is that everything, when it comes down to Mania, is up in the air. That nobody really knows what's going on with Mania. Like Braun Breaker is now out with a hernia, so that's a problem. We don't know how long he's going to be out for that hernia, but he's out with a hernia. Seth Rollins might be back, and they don't know yet. So if I was a betting man, I'd be going CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, if he's fit. Oh, Tonali's gone to City. Interesting. 109 million for Tonali. That's a good signing for City. That's a very good signing for City. So yeah, Roman, Seth, and Punk, and I would assume the other main event will be Drew, Cody, and Jacob Fatu. $100 million for Mickey Van de Ven. Great player, but the joys of that. 33 million, Jesus Christ, game. I don't know, it's like it wants me to destroy my bloody finances. $43, no. To buy fee, future fees. To buy mandatory fee of 40 million. Installments of 15. There you go. As for you, you can give us some actual money to his bloody wages, you tit. Fair enough. They did that last year. Which one? Which one did they do last year? Because last year it was Punk and Drew. So I don't know. Seth Punk Roman. Not really. Yeah, but that was a tag team match with The Rock. That's entirely different. Katie, my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin'? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious? How is life treating you? Was it? Let me see WrestleMania 41. Mania 41 card. One's card was... Oh, it was, yeah. God damn it, you're right. Yeah, they might end up doing that again. I forgot that was the main event. Oh yeah, John Cena was in the main event last year. Yeah, I completely forgot. 41 went completely over my bloody head. 41 was a bad WrestleMania. Anyway, I'm doing okay. All the better for having you here, my friend. How has your weekend been treating you? How has life been treating you? Have you been doing anything exciting? I hope that you have been. Oh my ducking duck god, it's Duckhead Katie. Stop ducking duck. That's an understatement. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening. Hey, sometimes you need it, and sometimes it's the absolute best thing you can do for yourself. I hope that you're feeling good, my friend. I hope that you're energized and ready to go at whatever you plan on doing in the near future. I hope the crack has hit you well, and that everything is good, grand, and delicious, as I do end up saying. Who do we normally have on the bench? Willie Crumbola, Cibrani. Oh, give me a second. I'm missing who we normally have on the bench. Hancock, Mount, James. Hardy. Okay. Weird. Okay. Oh, we're gonna go with this now anyway. Imagine Man U winning. Hey, we're 4 in a row. We're 4 in a row, Katie. That twit from the United Strand might actually get us haircut if we can be decent and go up against what annoyingly is probably going to be our hardest challenge this coming weekend. It's not this weekend either. We're off for a week, aren't we? Or are we? Yeah, because it's the FA Cup this weekend, so the game is Tuesday. Is it? No, when do we play? We play it on Saturday. Our next game is tomorrow at 8:15 against West Ham. West Ham, ironically, could be a hard game, so we'll see what ends up happening in that one. Okay. You've been warned about that one before, Senior. Up. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. In our case, hopefully all ends up going well and we end up getting a victory in this one as well. I never said that this spot was free of censorship. I don't know where you got that idea from. Okay, Edison didn't perform great the last time, but we need him to perform good this time, so this should be okay. Mark Cucurella. That's who we normally end up putting on instead. But hey, we're going to go with this team. Strong team. versus what should still be John Terry's Chelsea. So hopefully we end up having a good result out of this. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'll be in boxing tomorrow while the West Ham game is on. So hopefully me not being at a event again will allow us to end up winning. Axel Disasi instead of Levi Colwell is interesting. You Hato as opposed to Wesley Fofana is also interesting. Wow, Wesley Fofana has stats. Okay. And Alejandro Garnacho for Liam Delap. Okay. Let's see how this ends up going. When you fighting Jake Paul? I'd get knocked out if I fought him. I don't have the stamina, unfortunately. Not yet. No, at the moment, I'm doing boxing simply to end up getting stamina improvements. Who knows? Maybe in the future, I might end up being fit enough to do some amateur crap in my own area. But that's future Craic's prospects. So hopefully they end up going well when they end up going well. Would you ever consider doing it yourself? When he sucker punches him in public. Look, someone down the lens of the camera and call someone out. Do it, Craic. Hostile Toby. Don't worry, I'll knock you out. Peter Dinklage, I call you out. They're two little people. No, I wouldn't do that. No, honestly, not that I'd be anyway popular enough to do it. But if anyone was hosting a charity bloody stream thing and wanted someone to end up coming into it, I'd happily do it. But I'm not near fit enough, and it wouldn't be a good display. But hey, you know, it's not like I'd be adverse to doing something like that in the future if I ever became big enough to allow that to happen. But then I need to explode. So if you want to see that happen, do you know what you end up doing? You share the stream as much as possible and try to convince some other poor beggars to come in and waste their time watching me. Allow them to go through the torture that ye poor individuals are going through. I can go on to Pro Wrestling Simulator up and end up booking it there. You know, Swoggle is actually still wrestling. I think technically Swoggle is signed to TNA. Although I think he's in his late 40s as well. Oh no. Oh no, please no. This is all the markings of a Chelsea goal. Please no. Okay. Victor to Alex, you tit. Oh, Edison with a save. And Robert Sanchez having a good game too. Typical. Absolutely typical. Okay, change that to play for set pieces. Change that to go slightly wider. Change that to go floating and take that off. And try this for a moment. Ferguson. And Rashford! Oh! It's a shame that we're going to have to sell you, Rashford, because you have actually been very good this season. But I cannot pay you 40 million quid. Or I cannot pay you 400,000 quid a week. And you will not take a better deal. So you will not take that. Like, I can't even be keeping you on 350,000. So we do actually, unfortunately, have to sell you. So it's a shame because you've been performing good this season. But at the end of the day, we don't really have a choice. We have to make the jump. We have to move Marcus Rashford away from the club. I actually wouldn't mind keeping him. But himself, Mazraoui, Emmanuel Ugarte all have to get sold this summer. So after this game, we're going to try and do the movement on that. So long as we win, we still have to win this game. And hopefully we can do. Being 1-0 up certainly helps. Now, Alex Jimenez is coming off of the pitch due to that card. For Willie Kwambwala. And we'll just do that for the moment. Let's see how we end up doing now. Hopefully we can keep this in. We need to. We have been the better team so far. But anything can happen in this mighty game because 1-0 is not a buffer. It's not even something to do. Like, obviously every goal matters and every win matters, but a 1-0 goal is not satisfactory because anything can happen. A goal can come at any moment. Chalaba, Rashford to Saba with card as well. Okay, Ilya to Angelo Stellar with a bad attempt. Victor Frushk. Oh my god, and that's where anything can end up happening. Oh, that's atrocious by us. That is atrocious by us. Genuinely shocking display as that. Okay, we do need to make some changes because we're not getting enough chances into them. Has not able to do anything. Ferguson to Rushk. Victor. Up to Rashford. Rashford to Bruno. Bruno tries for Saba but unable to do it. Ilya not able to take that down properly. Cole Palmer and a catch by Edison. Edison to Ilya. Ilya Sambrani to Euro. Euro to Willie. Willie to Victor. And Victor fucks it up again. Oh, Victor, you're useless. Is it time to consider the other formation? I don't think so yet. We'll make these two changes and then we'll see what ends up happening. But it might soon be time to change to the other formation. At 70 minutes, we have to make that change. Okay. As annoying as it is, we have to change to this. Okay, Rashford down there. Willie Kwambwala there. Menu there. Saba for Sesko there. Menu there. Swap the two of ye. Willie there. Saba off for Nathan DeCat. We can keep Willie Kwambwala on. We could swap Bruno. Do we have anyone to swap Bruno with? Yes, kinda. Yeah, let's see how we do. This could end the game on us, unfortunately, but we need to try something. Come on, do a counterattack. Do a counterattack. Come on, do a counterattack. Do a counterattack. Do a counterattack. Come on, Rashford, do a counterattack. Rashford. Rashford. Robert Sanchez, no. Oh. This is going to end at the draw, isn't it? God damn it. It screams that it's going to end as a draw. We need a miracle. We need a miracle of some description, and I don't think it's coming. I don't think it's coming. I think this is going to end as a draw. I'm going to give John Terry his first fucking draw. Come on, guys, please. Please. Come on, guys, please. Sanchez with an 8.1. Hands of Midas performance by Robert Sanchez. Yep, that's it. Done. Hands of Midas performance by Robert Sanchez. Nothing we can do. It's going to end. Nothing we can do. God damn, that's annoying. God damn, that's annoying. An 8.1 from Robert Sanchez. A hands of fucking Midas performance by him. Fuck me. Oh, that's so annoying. It's the first draw of the season. I mean, we still have gaps, but that is such a bad result. Such a bad result. We've Brentford first in the Carabao Cup. And we have Spurs in the FA Cup. Okay. Yeah, let's see the options that are there. Lewis Hall and Terry could be an option. Good player, but 100 million for him, so he's not an option ultimately because of that. Luke Jetson, fair enough. Key findings, yeah. Atrocious performance by us. That's the annoying thing with the two people being on the AFCON too. It didn't help. Spurs are taking time to think about the Mickey van de Ven situation. Interesting. The fucking shake. The shake. The absolute shake. Ooh, that has me a little salty. The absolute cheek of them to do that. And be a right back that would end up taking the place and working alongside Alex Jimenez. He'd be working with Alex Jimenez to hopefully eventually replace him. Keith Smith is with Chelsea. Elias gone. Usman's no good. You're not for sale, and we couldn't get you on loan if we wanted you. Coble, we don't need anymore. Humland, no good. And Brentford, we'll see how we do. But for now, we have a couple of people we need to look into. Rashford, unfortunately, we have 2 years out of you, so we don't need to sell you now. But I would actually prefer to get you out the door. Nothing appearing for Rashford. Then we have Ugarte. Ugarte. Offer out. Try that. Mazraoui also needs to be sent out, and Mount needs to be sent off. Yeah, go on. I'll take 35 million for him. I'll actually take 35 million for him. I'll actually take 35 million for him. It's not a bad deal. We'll try and poke a little bit more out of it if we can. We try and get rid of Mark Cucurella as well, but I don't think we need to. Mazraoui. Yeah, so Mazraoui is another one we need to try and get rid of if we can. Loads of loans, but we don't want him to go out on loan. He's taking command. None that I've spoke to consider him a priority. Offer out for 30 million. Let's see what happens now. I would pay for Craic to lose. I mean, to be fair, you're probably not the only one, Katie, that would end up paying to watch me lose. But I'd hope that you care more for me than that. I'm actually hurt. I'm hurt by your candor. I thought we were closer. I thought we were closer than this, but I suppose we aren't. I understand how it is. I thought we had a special connection, you and I. I thought we were one and the same. I thought we had done well with each other. I thought we had become friends throughout all of our harrowing time with each other. But I understand now that that isn't the case. And, you know, I feel sad about that. It said the loan was finished. When? Okay, weird. Yeah, weird. Craic fixing his own results for monetary gain doesn't feel the same. I mean, the game screwed me over with that Chelsea bloody draw. So I'm getting screwed either way. Much to my incredible annoyance. But let's see how we can do in the first leg of the semi-final to make our way to the Carabao Cup final. I think we should be able to do this. Coming into it off of a draw is insanely annoying, but we'll see how things go. But João Cancelo and Liverpool are getting Van de Ven. Interesting. Well, that's very interesting. Remember the athlete I was talking about who competed with a rupture ACL? Yes, in the skiing. How did they end up doing? I wasn't paying attention to it. Oh, the crash in the downhill. Well, the video has just been removed. Oh, it's not available in my country. Okay, fair enough. I can't watch that because it's not available in my country. But hey, unfortunate that that ended up happening. God damn it, why are we down that much? I haven't even bought anyone. You give me 100 million. Like, come on, game. Ugh. Don't worry, I'll find a clip of it later on. Why do you keep coming back with the exact same fucking offer? If I turned it down the first time and went with a different option for you, I'm not going to do it again. There you go. If you give me that, then you can have them. Oh, yeah. Awful idea to compete, and some doctor should have had the bottle to step in. I mean, at the end of the day, you can only do so much. She didn't want to do it. She wanted to do it. Everyone turned around and said that it was okay. So what can you do? What can you do? I'm not. Ugh, but it's an optional fee. They're not going to take him. And we don't have an add-on. Do you ever see anyone actually use the optional fee? Do you? Do you ever see anyone actually take the optional fee? I don't get to it. The optional fee is 35 million, yet it's coming up that it'll be 60. Oh, 2 monthly installments. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So it's a waste of time for me to accept any of these offers, isn't it? Complete waste of time. Like, I wish I was able to see their finances so I could tell whether or not they're actually able to bloody do this deal to begin with. You know what? Whatever. That's one of the Saudi clubs. Oh no, it's Greece. Never mind. My apologies. Yeah, and then Palcao are Greece as well. Yeah, two Greece teams and an Australian team. So yeah, so it's probably a waste of time. They're probably never going to do the deal. I'm probably better just saying no. It's annoying as hell. Annoying as hell that happens. I mean, the sad thing is they might too, which is the other thing about it. Okay. Okay. Why has Edison's ability dropped off from being 4-star? Okay, anyway, we're going to take one hell of a risk on this one because screw it, it's the first leg and I think he deserves the opportunity. So we're going to go with Hardy. Hardy, Willie Quimbuala, Lenny Euro, Ilya Zambrani, and Mark Cucurella. Nathan the Cat instead of Bruno. No, Evan, my apologies. Benjamin Sesko on instead. Victor Rook, Rashford, Nico Paz, Benjamin Sesko, Stellar, the Cat, Willie Quimbuala, Euro, Ilya, Mark Cucurella, and Hardy. See the new WWE 2K is best edition, 150 quid? Yep. The most annoying thing about that is most of the content is my faction crap, which I don't particularly want. They haven't announced what the DLCs are. So you're talking an extra €70 for an extra, like most of the packs have 6 people in them. We know there's going to be 6 DLC packs, so that means you're asking for another 30. You're talking for another 30 players, characters. So we'll see what ends up happening. I'm still tempted because I'm a masochist and a massive WWE fan, much to my incredible chagrin, to buy the fucking thing. I'm still seriously tempted to buy the goddamn thing even at that price, but we'll see. Quid, not euros. I mean, they're the same thing, Duck. It's just a colloquialism for the word. You incredible dry shite. But yeah, we'll see. I remember one year they gave out a small piece of ring map for a small group of top pre-orders for less than that. Yeah. Like back in the day, like the thing is, I don't like digital pre-orders like this because you're not getting much out of it. Like I have a digital deluxe edition that I spent £100 on, but it gave me like it's made out of bloody just aluminium, so it's a piece of shite. But they gave you an Undertaker fucking coffin that the game was in and the whole lot, and they had an art book and the whole lot signed by the Undertaker, which was interesting to end up seeing. So you know. But yeah, I mean that would have been a nice option if they had something like that done. But unfortunately, they don't. So there's not really much you can do, is there? Just swallow your pride. At least, as Murph FM was telling me, the one good thing about it is that the island is cross-platform now instead of just being set to the console. So that helps quite significantly in making a decision as to whether or not to get it. I will probably end up buying the game at launch and streaming it, which will probably mean that Duck won't come around all that often, but we'll see. Physical discs are coming. Do you know what that means? It means the game's going to be for sale for £120. That's what it means. But what do you think it means, Katie? My thing when it comes down to that game is it'll be interesting to see what they end up doing. We will be there for 2K streams. Well, you might be. I'll do it anyway, just for the bit of crack. No, it means we are getting maps for the game potentially. They could be, the Rockstar could be lazy bastards and not include the map in the actual physical disc of it. But we'll see. For GTA 5 or for GTA 6, the main reason why people are excited for it is it's new RP servers, and GTA always feels like a big deal. Like the jump between GTA 4 and GTA 5 were massive. GTA 5 is a phenomenal game. Like GTA 5 is a phenomenal game. I enjoy 4 more than 5. But I enjoy Nico Bellic. An awful lot of people don't enjoy Nico Bellic as a character, and an awful lot of people don't enjoy the ending of GTA 4. I really enjoy GTA 4. I know there's problems with Roman and the whole lot. But GTA 5 was a phenomenal increase. The ability to swap between 3 characters at any point in time does make the game feel more sandboxy and makes you feel like you're having fun with all 3 of them at any particular point in time. And dynamic when you can just pop in and they're randomly at crap. With GTA 6, we'll see what they end up doing. The RP, I mean, I don't. It's what you put into it. It's what you put into it at the end of the day, like anything. Like, there's tons of people who'll find what I'm at here with Football Manager, what we do at Football Manager, insanely boring. It's why it, even though it has a fairly large audience base, it's still fairly niche in terms of the world of popularity. Like, everyone has what they're into. If you're into RPing, it's a fantastic experience. I like RPing, yet I've never joined one of those servers. Because I'd hate to miss out on something big due to time. That's kind of like an MMO where you need to. That's probably the closest thing you're going to end up having to a proper MMO. Like, that's why one of the reasons why the likes of Ashes of Creation, even though that turned out to be a scam, social MMOs aren't really a thing anymore because people don't have the time. But, like, it's big for that type of crap and letting people end up doing it, you know? But yeah, no, when it comes down to GTA 6, yes, well, it's based on Miami, but I think one of the other maps is meant to appear in it as well. Like, one of the big things that was said with GTA 6 is that GTA 6 is double the size of Red Dead Redemption 2. That was the quote. Double the size of Red Dead Redemption 2, and supposedly as a result of that, 4 times the size of GTA 5. So long as they're actually able to do stuff and it's not a Mafia 3 situation where it's just a massive map with nothing to goddamn do, then it'll end up making a difference in what ends up happening. I think the funny thing is, I think Rockstar have put themselves between a rock and a hard place, because the minute that game ends up getting released, there's going to be a lot of people potentially being put down for hate crimes. Because if it's true that they have the Pride Parade in that game, one of the major things people love doing in GTA is just going around ruthlessly killing everyone they can end up meeting. There's no way in hell people aren't going to go to one of those parades and end up killing them, because there's parades in GTA 5 and there's people that mow the fuckers out of the fucking world. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Why roleplay when you can just get a job in it? Yeah, but that is role-playing, Senior Duck. Can't wait for ye old video game because violent crowd again. Yeah. I mean, I probably won't do a stream on it considering how long the games are, but I love the GTA games. Like, see, GTA San Andreas is one of my favorite games, and I loved Vice City up until the second half of that game. Once you end up having to purchase the nightclub, Vice City became a bit of a pain in the arse. But, like, Vice City was the game I grew up with, so, you know. Yeah. Rashford. Back to Cucurella, Sesko! Oh, God, that's so unlucky. Yeah, the Battle of the Gay Tony is interesting. Here's a question for you, because maybe you'll know the time-wise, and again, I could search this up, but I just don't have the time at the moment. Did the Ballad of Gay Tony come out around the time of Sons of Anarchy, or did Sons of Anarchy come out after that? Because it's blatant that one or the other is kind of influenced in the production of it, because the Ballad of Gay Tony is just Sons of Anarchy, a really small Sons of Anarchy. It's like one is like, you would assume. Thank God it was this loud. What a shite performance. And Victor fucking Rook. Useless bastard. Oh, God. I could do with a winger that works on both sides, but there isn't going to be anyone that's anyways cheap that we can get. We cannot break down this goddamn defense. Eyewater's having a good performance too, which is infuriating. If it keeps going this way, we're going to have to change to the back three again. Bruno, Lenny, Ilya. Oh, it's not going to show the corner either. I hate I hate how the corners are in this goddamn game. I get so few bloody corner chances. Aiming for the centre. It should at least be getting in there more often. Come on. Willie to Stellar. Stellar to Ilya. Ilya to Euro. Euro to Kwambwala. Kwambwala to Euro. Back to Hardy. Willie. Stellar. Euro. To Cat. Rashford. Cucurella. Bruno. Just nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know. Why is the lick not coming up as a goddamn option for these fucking subs? I'm getting spicy now when I shouldn't be. I'm actually getting bloody annoyed with this now when I shouldn't be. Craic, Kwambwala, Cat, Stellar, Bruno. Try this, see if we can get something out of it. This be us mid-week. Oh, you think this is what's going to happen? Yeah, this is probably what's going to end up happening to United IRL as well, I suppose, when we go up against West Ham. Menu, Euro. Oh, it's like they're a fucking iron sheet. Come on, get a goal. How would you have dealt with last night's match in the last minutes? We played Brentford. Are you, like, when you say last night's match, do you mean the Super Bowl, or which match are you on about? Are you on about the Liverpool Man City match? Or was there a fight that you're particularly on about, Katie? One of you score! Useless bastards! Fuck! God damn it. Look, at the end of the day, Liverpool didn't play well. City didn't play well until about the end of the game. It is my opinion that you let the goal go. So what should have happened is either way, Szoboszlai needed to be sent off. Because that is the interference of a goal-scoring opportunity. Problem is, Haaland also fouled Szoboszlai. So, in my opinion, both of them. In my opinion, both of them. The goal should have stood. In my opinion, the goal should have stood because you gave the advantage after the foul, and then a foul occurred afterwards, but the goal was scored. Both of them. So the goal, in my opinion, the goal should have stood. So it should have been 3-1, and both of them should have gotten red cards. That's my opinion. I think the goal should have stood and both of them should have gotten red cards. What do you think? What do you think, Katie? I think it's a crap situation either way. The referee shouldn't have let it continue on. It should have stopped the minute Sabozlai tucked down. The second Sabozlai took down Haaland, it should have stopped. But hey, what can you do? Given the goal and sent both off because Haaland was on a yellow after taking his top off after. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. Because Haaland definitely should have gotten a card for his foul. You had continued on the turn of play. So Haaland's foul technically counts in terms of it. Retroactively, Sabozlai would end up getting the red, but you don't need to stop the turn anyway. Either way, Sabozlai was getting a red card. My opinion is the goal should have stood, Sabozlai should have gotten a red card, and Haaland's foul should have counted as well. So I think the goal should have stood, and the goal should have stood. Sabozlai should have gotten a straight red, and Haaland should have gotten a yellow card, which would have gotten him a red. So yeah, that's my opinion. I agree completely. Coming into this game with people in bad fucking moods, considering we haven't won 2 games now. Drawn twice is a pain in the arse. This is the game we have to win. I'm not sure if he would have stopped the ball going in. I'm confused in what you mean by that, Katie. I'm not sure you would have stopped the ball going in. When you're saying that, who are you in relation to? Who are you talking about? If you don't mind me asking. Liverpool. Yeah, but that doesn't really have anything to do with it, because Sabozlai stopped Haaland when he pulled him, and that, well, he fouled him. It wasn't really the fact that he was going to stop the play. It's more the fact that he fouled him on a clear scoring opportunity, which isn't allowed. At least I think. So I think it's more that than anything else. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't know. LA Loco just makes me... is that the woman who's having her fight again with Ian Wright? I don't have any bloody topics on her. Like at the end of the day, when it comes down to that situation, my opinion when it comes down to the women punditry is you are the people that are on about that women should be able to do punditry in the men's game. You complaining that a man is doing punditry in the women's game is sexist. So there shouldn't be a problem with the fact that a man is doing punditry in the women's game. Plus, the panel was 4 women and 2 men. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. But talking about the rest of it, she's a tit anyway. She's not a good pundit. She doesn't deserve to have punditry job just because she had 115 or something caps. If she was good enough, she would be on that goddamn panel. There was 4 other women on that panel. They got there because they were good at their job. Or maybe they didn't. But they ended up getting there. You obviously weren't given the position because you weren't good enough for that particular role, or they didn't want to end up making you do that. So, you picking a fight with Ian Wright won't do anything for your career. Ian Wright is a focal point of football and has opinions on this type of crap. You have to take the words of Ian Wright as him being a good player, him being a proper voice in the game, because he's played so much of it. And in terms of his punditry, he's really good at it. So I don't know what the bloody problem is. I think you're just a dour twat who is bitter about the fact that you don't have a career after your footballing career, and probably were really bad with the money that you ended up making during your career, are jealous of the fact that there's money in your career in women's football at the moment, more so than there was beforehand, and as a result of which you're just being bitter. I bet someone that hasn't a problem with you and you're just being bitter. Game. I have no problem sending this off, but there's not a chance in hell you're doing that optional fee. I'm going to send him to Royal Antwerp, but there's not a chance in hell you're doing that optional fee. And I'm half tempted to force the game to do that optional fee. That's infuriating. Okay, Alex Jimenez, you're tired, fair. Then Delict, Sambrana, Saba, Stellar, Bruno. Do we have... Are you back? Well, you might need a rest, Emma, but you're not getting it in this goddamn match, I can tell you that. God damn it, you're completely fucked up. Piss off. Rashford and Sesko up front. We have to hope that we perform good in this game. Wish us luck. This is an important match now. We need this to go well. A loss in this one is incredibly detrimental to us. We want to stay in the FA Cup, but of course it's one of the teams that have beaten us this season. So we need to hope that things end up going well. Hopefully they go weak and we've just gone strong. I don't think they will, though. I think they're going to go full hog, even though this is round 3. Yep. Full hog. Full bloody hog. You could hope that they'd end up going lighter on it. They didn't even bother. They're gone full hog, because of course they have. So let's see how this ends up going. Here in Old Trafford, can we end up getting a victory over them? And of course, they haven't Van de Ven sold yet either, so they actually have a competent defender in the team. Typical. Okay. Okay, corner, but nothing done with it. Okay, I think I'm going to delete this and hope that just having the one... Remove the fucker! Oh, you know what? Whatever. Whatever, piss off game. You glitchy prick. And 0 shots on target, even though we've had 4 shots. The joys. Oh, I don't have words. They're going to end up scoring now. Unless we get a counter-attack on this, but I don't see that happening. Danzo. Oh, Paz. Paz. Up to Rashford. Sick. Fucking sick. Bruno. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me with that? Oh no, like, just... Can we get the ball on target at least, guys? Well, is that it? Is that on target? Oh, can we get the ball on target, maybe? First things first, do that, because so obviously we're shooting long, and that's meaning that the ball isn't going on target. Edison now with a goal kick. Well, we finally have a shot on target, so that's something, I suppose. And again, doing nothing. Vicario to Mickey Van de Ven to Destiny. Renko. Matthias Nunes. Sesko. Beautiful. Oh, God. Absolutely wonderful. Beautiful little ball by Marcus Rashford into Benjamin Sesko, who does a good job. Vicario not able to stop it this time. No, we need to keep this up. We need to get a second goal. Give ourselves a bit of a buffer just in case. And we'll see how things end up going. Because otherwise they're going to get a goal and we're going to have a problem. Bad clearance by De Ligt. De Ven to Danzo. Danzo to Ven. To Gray. Victor Rushk should have done significantly better there. Up to Marcus Rashford. Down to Sesko. Bounces off of someone. Over to Kulo Mwani. Alex Jimenez. Okay. Stellar to Rook. Rook to Bruno. Rook, you tit. Alex Jimenez up to Victor Rook and not able to get it. God, Victor Rook is shite. The fact that Victor Rook ended up making 2 mistakes in that play there is insane to me. I cannot wait for Ahmad to be back and fully fit. Victor Rook should be doing okay in that position, but he just isn't. Also, I love how this was plus 2 minutes and we're on 51, so he's added 6 minutes of overtime, even though it's plus 2, because what ended up happening to cause it to go to plus 6? Not yet. Not yet. Saba. Nothing yet. Okay. Can we get something out of this? Can we get another goal out of this? Okay. Alex Jimenez to Nico Paz. Paz to Ilya Zambrani. Zambrani to Paz. Paz Stellar. Victor Rook. Alex Jimenez. Victor back to De Ligt. Stellar. Who was that to Stellar? Delict to Victor. Victor, Stellar. Bruno! Oh, that puts a bit of a buffer in between us. 2-0, the most dangerous score in all of football. But hey, every single goal matters. Saba taken down. Can we score this free kick? Can we make a tree? Can we make a tree? Can we make a tree? No, Vigario gets his hand to it. That is unfortunate. Good attempt, but just unfortunate that nothing came from it. Rashford to Paz. Paz now, Rashford. Saba, Ilya. Saba to Bruno. Bruno to Saba. To Nico. Nico taken out by Destiny. Coolio Monwani to Tell. Tell trying to get to Brendan Johnson. Brendan Johnson, Saba not able to clear him.
Off is a direction you can fuck.
What a horrible goal. Genuinely, what a horrible, horrible, horrible goal. What an insanely horrible goal. Victor, Stellar, Rashford, Jimenez. Okay, so who do we replace Victor with? Suppose Dogu comes back into it and we do this swap. Stellar comes off and we put Manu on. Alex Jimenez comes off and we put Willie on, and we hope that we have enough. Or are they going to score again? Maybe off of this free kick. Nope. Thank God. Edison out. Rashford not able to take it. Nico Paz to Dogu. Dogu to Saba. Saba to Dogu. Ilya. Delict. Willie. Come on. Kicker, my friend. What's a crack-a-lackin'? How did the... It's going to say it. We'll ask Rowan. Thank you, my friend. You are a gent and a scholar. The Timo, thank you so much also for the raid. Thank you all for coming in. How did the network save end up going for ye today? I hope it was a good bit of crack. I hope it was all great. Let us know how it ended up going. If you need to raid and run, please feel free to do so. We're here in the middle of an FA Cup third round matchup at the moment, and we'll hope that it continues to end up going well at the moment. We're 2-1 up. They ended up getting a bit of a horse crap goal. We've been in a bit of mediocre running at the moment. 2 draws before coming into this game, so now we need to hope that this goes well. Rowan, my friend, how has it been going? I hope that it's going grand. Transfers. The joys of that. Did you sign anyone juicy? The Timo, pleasure to have you in, my friend. Love that emote, by the way. That is a beautiful emote, by the way. The fox wearing... What is it meant to be? Is it... because it looks a bit like a Chinchou from Pokemon. Let us know what it is, the Timo. Bought Gabriel Jesus, second season for 21 million as AZ Alkmaar, and Milinkovic-Savic. The midfielder Milinkovic-Savic or the goalkeeper Milinkovic-Savic? If you don't mind me asking, Senior Kick. Because both are okay, but the midfielder Milinkovic-Savic, depending on what you ended up getting, probably cost you an arm and a leg on wages. No. I've done some mental transfers with Ajax, but Rowan has been going nuts, spent 250 million. Interesting to hear. You've only spent 5, Timo. Wow. Midfielder on a free. That's actually good that you got him for that much. Good midfielder, probably old by this point in time. What would he be, 34? By that point in time, but Milinkovic-Savic has good aggression, stats, and the whole lot. So, you know, if he ends up working for you, that's all that ends up mattering. The goalkeeper, Milinkovic-Savic, is a good player as well. Don't need that money like Rowan to win against him. Fair enough. Yeah, 31. Nice age, actually, 31. Come on, game. Finish us up. 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 Good. Okay. Scraped it a bit, but we got the victory over Spurs, so that's good. No bother, Timo. Thank you so much for the raid, by the way. You are a gent and a scholar. Pleasure having you in. Let me know how the raid ends up going for you in the future as well, the network save, because I want to end up hearing more about it. But until then, have a fantastic night's sleep. Make sure your crack is 90. Remember, by the way, I'm Stupid Sexy Craic, Schlongafol, and as always, Pogue Mahone. And the same to yourself, Rowan. Have a fantastic time. And the same to yourself, Kicker. All of you, have a fantastic time. Thank you so much for the raid and coming in. Hey, I'll do an Arsenal, Duck. I'll do an Arsenal. A win is a win is a win. I don't care if we're playing awfully, so long as we get the victory. So, we have... it'll announce who we have next in there in a bit, I think. Okay, who do we have next? We have... Oh my god, game. Oh my god, game. Oh my god, game. Arsenal? Arsenal Villa. Look at how tight this is. Arsenal Villa, Barcelona, Liverpool, Porto, Brentford. Well, we'll see how this ends up going, my friends. But until then, ironically, normally I would stay a wee bit later, but I do actually, unfortunately, have a couple of things I need to do myself off of the stream to finish some things up. So, off stream, I'm going to continue us up there, and I'm going to let us go off somewhere else now. So I'm going to raid and run. I'm going to send ye over to... I'm going to send us over to Simus, considering he's raided us not too long ago, and he's doing community games night. So there's a couple of people there chatting and having the crack. So... just, if you can, say Craic Addicts Attack as we end up going in. It was a pleasure talking to all of you. On Wednesday, we'll see how things go. I'll be in talk with Kicker to see whether or not we're playing Peak over that day. If not, I'll probably do something like Shin Megami Tensei 5 or something new. We'll see. Until then, my friends, it has been a pleasure talking to each and every one of you. Remember, I have been Stupid Sexy Craic. To everyone that has come up, thank you so much. Remember that MLS means Miles Lewis Skelly, and as always, Schlongafol and Pogue Mahone. Adios.